support to that particular employee. So that positive approach is there in this performance appraisal system. We are always thinking, or we have a general perception is like that performance appraisal means why you have failed, and because you have failed there will be a punishment. That angle is not there. How an individual is performing, how better he can perform also, what support, what techniques can be used, what interventions can be designed for that. That is what in performance appraisal process. So it is a positive thing which is considered in performance appraisal. Third important feature is it is carried out periodically in an organization. It varies from organization to organization. In some organizations, semester reviews and then year-end reviews will be there. In some organization, trimester reviews are also there. So trimester means once in 3 months, performance appraisal will be conducted. Performance reviews will be taken. The considered manager will take that. Areas he will try to find out where the employees not doing well because of some reasons. He will try to find out those reasons also. And in the remaining duration, he will try to help the employee so that his performance will again move on the upward direction. So it is carried out periodically in an organization. But in all organizations, this process is carried out. Another feature, last feature, performance appraisal contributes in designing plan for future improvement of employees. What are the reasons or what are the hurdles because of that the employee is not in position to give his or her best? That reasons will be identified, that problems will be identified, and based on that problem, separate interventions will be designed so that the employee will get benefited with the help of that interventions and will overcome those problems and will give the best for the organization. For example, we'll take an example. People, when GST was implemented, people finding it difficult to cope up with those GST entries and number of forms which they have to fill and other things. And that's why their performance were going down. When organization identified this particular thing, they developed some training program, designed some training programs, allowed employees to send their employees to go out and learn from different resources, and that now help the employees. Now finance people, tax people, those who are taking care of taxes, they are familiar. So in this way, future plan can be designed to improve for improving the performance of the employees. So when we are talking about the feature of performance appraisal, it is a systematic process. It tries to find out how well the employees are performing. It carried out periodically in an organization, and performance appraisal contributes in designing future plans which will help the employees to improve their performance. So these are the features of performance appraisal. Now we'll move towards the next part, that is who is going to evaluate employees. The first one is the supervisors. We can call them as managers. They are going to evaluate the performance as well as the behavior of the employee. They are the best judge. Because in all 365 days, they are in touch. They are in contact with that particular employee. As a team leader, daily, I will be in contact with my teammates. I know what are the targets of each of my teammates. I know what are the problems which they are facing. I'm trying to helping them out. I know how they are behaving. I know how many times they remained absent. How many times they remained absent without informing me as a team lead. So supervisors are one of the best evaluators because they knows their teammates, their group mates, their department people, maybe we can call them as a subordinates, very well. So supervisors are going to evaluate. Then the peer team members will be there. They will also get a chance, especially when we are going to use the 360-degree appraisal method. They are also going to get a chance to give the feedback about the person with whom they are working in a team. So peer team members, other team members are going to give the feedback about me. My other faculty colleagues are also going to give me the feedback about me. So peer members are also one of the best evaluators because they are spending at least 8 to 10 hours daily with me. So they know about my performance. They also know how I am helping them. They also know how I am behaving in a team. So they know that. So they are again the evaluator. My subordinates are also going to get a chance to evaluate me. As a boss, as a team lead, how I am helping them, how I am resolving their problems, how I am giving them effective solutions, how I am motivating them. These factors will be considered when subordinates are going to evaluate a particular person. Another important thing is the self-appraisal. The individual is also going to evaluate himself or herself. They are going to rate their performances. For example, in case of me, I am going to say, okay, I am a good teacher or not. I am going to evaluate. I am going to give the rating. Okay, out of 10, these many marks I will give to myself. This is called as self-appraisal. Consultants will be there. Some experts will be there from outside. They will evaluate. If organization is going to allow, it's going to call, they are going to evaluate the performance of the employees. They are experts in this particular field. Customers are also going to evaluate. I have given that example while we were discussing the last slide. 100 policies the employee, your employee, he has sold. But 4 customers reported against him that his behavior is rude. Customer is also going to evaluate the performance of the employees. Stakeholders are also going to evaluate the performance of the employees, and these records are important at the time of carrying out the performance appraisal meeting with that particular employee to whom we are evaluating. So who are the evaluators? Supervisors, peers, team members, subordinates, self-appraisal, the individual, consultants, and customers. Now we'll move towards the next part. Process of performance appraisal. Following steps, these steps are involved. Total 6 steps are there in appraisal process. Establish performance standards, communicate the standards, measure the actual performance, compare actual performance with standards, discuss the appraisal, and taking corrective actions if necessary. The first step, establish performance standards. That is a very crucial step because, in other words, it is a target which we are going to give to that job holder. This particular job, we want this much of output in this particular year. In first 3 months, this much output. Second 3 months, this much output. Last 3 months, this much output. Total output should be this. This is what the performance standards which we are setting. For example, we will take the example again of a sales executive. A sales executive working, suppose in a city like Nashik. Okay. What is the target based on the market market condition, based on the target which is there for the sales department, based on the target for Maharashtra. Based on that, target will be finalized. That is called as performance standards. Now, this is what is in terms of performance. Also, the standards are also fixed in terms of behavior. His behavior with dealers, his behavior with his manager, employees' behavior with other sales executives, employees' behavior with customer, employees' behavior with the dealership employees. That is, we are finalizing in this particular step, and that is also standards. That is also standards. Now, for example, okay, I want a car, but I want immediately. A dealer is having, but he is saying that there is a queue and you will get the car after 1 month. I approached to sales executive and he is saying to me, okay, you gave me this much of amount, you will get the car. So I'm giving that, I'm getting the car. Performance is recorded on his name. One car he has sold today. But the behavior which he has exhibited, that is against the company policy. That is unethical. So establishing performance as well as behavioral standard. What we expect, how he should behave, that is the first part. What we have finalized, we should communicate. That is step number 2, communicate the standards to the employees. If they are not knowing, then at the end of the day, they will say, at the end of the year, they will say,